Eric the Troll had always lived on the one side of the hill. He had always wondered what was way up at the top of the hill and on the other side, but he had never made the journey. It was much too far. Eric was walking for a long time, and he came upon a stream. He was so happy for the water. He sat down and soaked his feet and had a good drink. All of a sudden, a fish came over to Eric and introduced himself. "Hello, I'm Fred the fish." "Hi, I'm Eric the troll. I'm going on an adventure to the top of the hill. Would you like to come along?" "I'd love to come along," said Fred the fish, but he didn't know how he'd get there. He didn't know where there was a bucket. So the two of them started to search for a container to take Fred to the top of the hill. In his searching, Eric found it, a perfect basket for Fred to go to the top of the hill in. So Eric placed Fred inside the bucket, and up they went on their way to the top of the hill. A little farther up the hill, they came across another area where there was a stream, and as they were drinking, a frog approached them and introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Frank." Eric introduced himself, and he also introduced Fred. They explained that they were going to the top of the hill to see what was on the other side. Frank said he didn't have anything better to do today, and he would love to come along for the journey. So, as the three new friends ventured on, it was getting to be a long day, when all of a sudden, a new creature appeared. This new creature was a very large bird, and she introduced herself as Bertha. Bertha was introduced then to Frank and Fred and Eric, and was also told about the journey that they were going to the top of the hill. Bertha invited herself along on the journey because she was looking for a place to build a new nest. The four new friends got to the top of the hill, and they saw a beautiful blue sky and a beautiful flower. They were so excited to finally be at the top of the hill. What were they going to do now? Well, Frank the Frog decided he was going to stay at the top and enjoy the blue sky and the beautiful flower. Bertha was going to go to the other side to look for a tree to build her nest. And Eric and Fred the fish, they were also going to go down the other side of the hill. As they were heading down the other side of the hill, oh no! Eric lost his balance and started to fall. He went head over heels, and the bucket went flying with Fred the fish in it, and Eric the troll landed on his face and was very worried if Fred the fish was still in the bucket. Fred got himself up off the ground, brushed himself off, and looked inside the bucket for Fred the fish. And there was Fred, looking up, excited to see Eric's face, knowing he was safe and everything was going to be all right. He flew faster than Eric could walk, and she was so excited she had found the perfect tree to build her nest in. She right away started gathering things for her nest. Eric and Fred came upon another stream and were really excited because in the distance they could see Bertha starting to build her nest in a tree. They knew this was going to be the perfect place. So Fred was released into the stream, and Eric went over to the tree that Bertha was building her nest in. Back up at the top of the hill, well, Frank was getting kind of lonely, and he decided he was going to go down the other side and find the other three. It did not take Frank very long to find another body of water, and as he was splashing around, who should he see? Fred the fish. And Fred explained that over in that tree, Bertha was building her new nest, and Eric was resting below it. The four were finally back together again and were excited about their journey.